Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So it is the weekend. It is another beautiful day at the pool. The kids are having fun. What we are looking at in the markets this week. So I want to see how the market reacts to last week's earnings. So you had a lot of selling, but you had a lot of consolidation. The consolidation always happens around market highs. This is what is normal. It's positive. It's not bad that you have some selling when you get to all-time highs. What I'm going to be looking at is off the open. So on Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Monday afternoon at the close, I want to see a lot of buying. When you see a lot of buying off the open, that's your institutional money coming back in. So you have your consolidation, you had your highs last week, consolidates, and now new money comes in after profit taking that happened last week. So we're out here, we're enjoying the weather, enjoying the weekend, giving the brain a little recharge. And we'll get into sharing that screen. Okay, welcome everyone to the sharing of the screen. So this is our week outlook video. This is what we do every single weekend. We make a video on all the hot stocks to watch, the earnings reports to watch, and the overall market conditions. And my technical analysis for what I think may happen this coming week. Now, just as a warning per se, this is not financial advice. I think we all can understand that, what I'm showing you guys and what I may be doing in my own trading is I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm not telling you what to buy, what to sell. This is just my technical analysis that I'm using to give the best possible advice to you guys. And then you can take that as you wish and use your own due diligence. I can't stress that enough. Everybody should do their own due diligence before taking any positions. And that goes with watching anyone, listening to anyone. I can't tell you how many times the professionals, like Jim Cramer or anybody on CNBC, have been absolutely dead wrong with anything. They could be right. You can have 1,000 people saying one thing, and you can have 1,000 professionals saying another thing. You just really have to do your own due diligence. Now, with that out of the way totally, let's get right into it. So this is the S&P 500 futures. You guys know I love to pull this chart up first to see what the overall market has looked like. This is the 180-day 4-hour chart, the most popular chart that most traders take a look at first. And then they'll go into a chart like this daily chart that will show the year. So this is the year to date. This is 2021. This is the daily chart. So each one of these is 1 day trading. So you have a lot of consolidation right here. You can actually see these dojis up here. a lot of consolidation candlesticks. So let's pull back to the 180. And this is where we're trading now, okay? Like I had said this past week, especially, when you have earnings from really big companies, a lot of times you're just going to get a lot of sideways movement in the market. And that's what we started to see the past 2 weeks. A lot of consolidation. And you've had a lot of really big dips and some really big spikes. But I've noticed personally, during the trading days, there's been way more of these landmines, I like to call them. The computer algorithms will hit the sell button and you'll get this huge drop on almost every stock in the market. It lasts about a minute, 2 minutes, but it's a crazy drop. And then it eventually gets bought up, which I don't like to see because that means that there's big money unloading really big positions during the day. But it's normal during earnings season. This happens. So what we have seen is since basically April, the end of March, the entire month of April has been one straight line up. Okay. Now we are in a consolidation period. Where will we see support? Where will we see resistance? We made new highs here on Thursday. And then Friday was a little bit of a sell-off. What we have seen, this is the futures, which is you could actually do /ES. This is just the micro E-mini. It doesn't matter. It's the exact same, but it's just a different contract. It has support here, 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 and here, and resistance here. So this green line, okay, has extreme level of support for the overall S&P 500. Now, if this ever broke, then I would start to get worried, more sell-off coming. So this I will be monitoring really, really a lot this, on Monday, especially Monday and Tuesday. I want to see this green line here, which looks at like 41.66, holds up on the /E-mini for the S&P 500. Okay, so I have done the research. I have read every publication that has to do with the stock market. I have my pen. I have my glasses. We are all set. So now what I've noticed, the stocks that I like for the coming week are Tesla, which had a great technical breakout. I'll pull that up here. This had a bounce off its trend line. You guys know I love this. This now will have resistance at the next trend line here. So this is what you're looking at with Tesla. This was a great bounce off the trend line. I still am bullish Tesla. NIO came back, had a retracement, and it bounced nicely. So I'm still bullish NIO. Let's see, I have my notes here. NIO, Tesla, Coin. I actually am bullish Coinbase. Okay, so Coinbase, let's just pull up the daily chart on this. It obviously doesn't have much trading, but what you can see here is it had its crazy day. It pulled back, and then it made a little bit of a move higher. It's starting to find where it's going to base out. And what we started to see was it, why is this up so high? It started to make a higher low here and traded up and broke through 300 level. So you had the pullback after the direct listing. You had it push up, get rejected, and now you had a little bit of a push up again. So on Monday, I'm going to be looking at coin. I like this. If it could get over 300, hold over 300, you could be looking at higher lows and higher highs eventually setting up. So here you have 306 would be the next high that you'd want to see break. So coin, I'm going to really be watching. Bitcoin has been acting really nicely. So I think coin is finally starting to base out after all the initial selling that happened. And we can see coin, this week possibly break through 306 and then eventually start to climb up the chart. So I'm going to be looking at this. I'm bullish coin. So coin bullish, NIO bullish, Tesla bullish. Okay, now stocks with earnings this week. You come into here, Market Watch and calendar. This is going to be the upcoming earnings for the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All you do is you come in here, calendar, go to upcoming earnings, and you can see all the stocks that are going to have earnings. What I noticed after this past week with earnings, if we pull up Apple's chart, a lot of the companies after earnings really sold off. Okay. And since they sold off so much, I want to see, and I'm just going to take that off so we can see this better. I want to see the stocks that sold off, like Apple, start to get bought up, as you can see here. So the first half an hour of the day is the price discovery. That's like during the time where a lot of institutions will buy. And once you start to see this off the open, that is a very good sign that a lot of big money is starting to get back into it, possibly for the next leg higher, which I have here. I mean, we have a very obvious area of resistance here, right around the 137, 138 area. If we can break through that, we could go to new highs with Apple. But, right now we are really, we're extended from this trend line by quite a bit. So, let me just put in here. I want to see where the 50, you're even extended off the 50, off the 200, and off the bottom trend. You are getting a bounce, maybe a bounce. I don't like this. This is like one of those graveyard dojis that you see, which I don't like the look of this at all. But you never know. You never know what can happen. It is bouncing off the 20. So we'll see how that holds up on Monday. I want to see this hold. If this area holds here and we start making a move higher, I think it's just a matter of time before we go through 145. But right now, I'm not bullish yet on Apple until I start to see more buying off the open like we did on Friday. If we see that on Monday, that's going to be a really good sign. So I'm going to be monitoring that. I'm going to be monitoring basically the entire market. How will it, trade after all these big companies? You've seen the market and some of these really nice stocks sell off after earnings. So, you know, we're going to have to see what happens this week coming up. You might get one more sideways week, and then you see the next leg higher. Because I think my prediction for the overall market is I think we have one really nice move higher. So, you know, maybe we'll get a pullback, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll consolidate for a little while, but I do think that we are headed for like one really nice move higher before eventually coming back. You know, just what I'm thinking. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. So earnings this week that I'm going to be looking at. You have Lyft and Uber. Lyft is on Tuesday. Uber is on Wednesday. You have PayPal earnings on Wednesday. Going to be very interested with that one. You know, it's also like a Bitcoin type play. Peloton has gotten crushed. If we look at Peloton here, that one has earnings on Thursday, I believe. Yes, Thursday. Thursday after the market closes. This chart to me looks really bad. Really bad. You have some levels of support here in the mid 90s. You want to see that hold. All we have to do here is just, you got a rejection here and you have some lows here. So if I was going to do technical, I would put a level here. I always make the color of the lower level, because we are still in a very nice uptrend. I make it green for the buy area. I know it's the lows and it should be red technically, but I always make it green because that's where I'm going to want to buy. I think that in an uptrending market or an uptrending stock, in an uptrend, you always want to try to get the cheapest price. So that's why in an uptrend, I will always make my low levels a green color and my high levels a red color, because I'm going to want to take profit at these levels and I'm going to want to buy at the low levels. So anyway, that's just why I do that. Doesn't mean you have to. So this to me would be a nice area to buy with a very low risk, because you can always sell if it breaks down below these levels. But this seems to me like the cheapest price it has been in a very long time. But that being said, it has earnings on Thursday. So you have to watch that and see what they say about earnings. Because if you get a company that they can have good earnings, you know, Peloton's been selling a ton of their bikes and treadmills, but they could say something bad about where they see the next quarter or the next year, and that could cause a sell-off. So that's why I always like to wait and see what these earnings reports say. And then you have the gambling stocks, Penn and DraftKings. Penn is on Thursday, DraftKings is on Friday. So if we look at those charts, DraftKings broke its trend, got rejected by the trend line. It does not look like a good chart until we get a break above some of this resistance. Penn chart also looks bad. The gambling stocks have sold off. So what you're going to want to see after a sell-off is you're going to want to find some level of support. And then when it starts to make higher highs and higher lows, you can start to get involved. And that's going to be once it breaks through some of these levels of resistance. So Penn is going to have their earnings on Thursday. They're expecting a profit, while DraftKings is expecting a loss. DraftKings has been spending a lot of money on acquiring customers. And that is just totally normal. That's actually smart, but their earnings aren't going to look good. So it's going to be like, what does the CEO say about what they see, for next coming earnings or the next quarter, the next year, and that could give it a boost. So stocks that I like this week are Coin, NIO, and Tesla. And stocks that I'm going to watch are Apple. Will they continue to get bought up at the beginning of the day? It's a good sign, means institutions are putting the money back in after taking profits. The overall market I'm going to be watching. Does that get bought up at the beginning of the day? Also a sign that the institutions are buying, which I'm going to like to see. And also going to be watching Bitcoin, obviously, this week because I am bullish Coinbase. So I'm going to want to see if that tracks with the Bitcoin going up. Also, the gambling stocks at the end of the week. In this week's Barron's, the weed companies had a very good article that might give the companies that are in that space a pop as well. So that's my weekly outlook video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up for me. If you're new, subscribe. I have my Discord link in the description, our Twitter linked in the description, Instagram, description, TikTok, every media platform. Green bar trading is taking over. So guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you back with the next video. Everyone, take care.